Hello, this is Maggie. I wanted to talk about the upcoming lunar eclipse at 18 degrees Pisces, and it's on September 7th, so right around the corner. And I thought I would share my screen and just talk about this total lunar eclipse. Also called the blood moon, and it will be visible in, I believe, South America. So let me just share my screen and we'll look at the chart. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, there we go. So, as you can see, this opposition 18 degrees, the north node is 18 degrees, south node 18 degrees. So, those are the eclipse. And I will do a separate one on the solar eclipse coming right up to on the 25th. So, thought I'd start with the lunar because it's just right now we're in the shadow of it anyway. So, um, I thought I would read from the Sabian symbols for one thing. Dr. Mark Edmund Jones, written with the clairvoyant Ellie Wiesel. She had the visions, and he wrote the Sabian symbols, and they're remarkably intuitive, very intuitive. Great tool. So the moon, North Node 18, Saturn 29 degrees. That's a critical degree, Pisces. And Neptune, as I already talked about earlier in other videos, it just retrograded back into Pisces, but actually it's in Aries. It's retrograded anyway, and it's in Aries 1 degree. So this particular chart has everything in the second house. But in your chart, whatever your rising sign is, will of course change the house system. But I'll just focus on what's here. You can almost see like a kite formation pointing from Cancer to Pisces. It's a beautiful trine for one thing. It's like a grand trine actually to this particular chart has Scorpio on the midheaven. So that's water, Cancer, Jupiter in Cancer, and of course Pisces. So it's going to be very, very emotional. People's feelings are going to be skin deep. Um, yeah, they're just really going to listen to I'd say listen to your intuition. And if you need to go within, just retreat, because you're going to be very, very, very psychic and sensitive. And um, it's a great time to well, it's actually a great time to help humanity, because Pisces is the servant of all, servant of the world. So, um, it's a good time to do any kind of charitable work. Even a donation you've been meaning to make, would be of great benefit to, people who are starving or whatever your intention is. But Saturn and Neptune are in a pretty tight conjunction, and Aries, Saturn is 29 degrees Pisces. So that is all the pain and suffering we're seeing in the world all around us today. And we're feeling it. We're absorbing it. We're just absorbing it with every cell in our bodies. And it's too much to bear. It's like carrying a cross of the whole world, is what it feels like. And feeling words are all about Pisces and all the water signs. So right now we have Mars in Libra, the relationship sign. So Mars in Libra, it can be argumentative, but it can also seek conflict resolution, or it could cause conflicts. There's different ways to look at it, but there's a lot of conflict resolution we need to do in our world. So yeah, I was looking at this beautiful Grand Trine, which is really nice, and these beautiful sextiles, which are windows of opportunity, and that's from Uranus and Gemini, because air air is trying to Aries. Yeah, Gemini is trying to Aries, and Aries is trying to Aquarius. So air and fire get along quite well because they're at that 60-degree sextile aspect, and they're both masculine signs, but it's a very positive. I think it's positive for relationships as well if you're an Aries. Um, to at least be friends with an Aquarian. Everyone's individual, of course, but Mercury just moved into Virgo, so it's exalted in Virgo. It's the ruler of Virgo. So it's conjunct the sun and the south node. So that's the opposition. So if you have any issues or maybe think you might have issues, you would maybe get out of denial, because this would be denial, escapism, just I was going to say alcoholism. It could be any kind of escape, Um, we all need an escape at this time from all the harsh realities going on in the world, but within yourself and your health, it may be time to come out of denial about maybe some physical situation you may have, or mental, psychic situation, maybe time for therapy. A lot of people are depressed. um, I didn't mean to laugh. I'm just thinking all the way back since COVID, it's just been bang on one thing after another. So it's changed. It has totally changed everyone's life. So, it's a good time to start therapy if 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 needed, and if there's any inkling of a problem with your body or mind, um, maybe look into it, come out of denial, and just look into what you think may be wrong. Yeah, so this has Pluto on the ascendant, very, very powerful Pluto on the ascendant in Aquarius. So it's all about groups of people, um, friendships, humanity, people standing up. And so anyway, I'm going to read the Sabian symbol for this lunar eclipse out of uh, out of this book. So it's at 18 degrees, if this resonates with you at all. Pisces 18 degrees, it's a gigantic tent. This is a symbol of the completeness with which man is able to see his experience both steadily and whole, dramatized here by the circus as representing an utterly naive intensification of self-consciousness. The totality of life is brought to some single center in every moment of true excitement or total sharing of skills and risks. Each individual at such times has a renewed insight into his capability for putting his world in order for his ultimate ongoing as well as for his immediate entertainment. The key word is apportionment. So just take from that what you will. Mutable energies are very, very strong. We have 6 in cardinal. This is the modalities, 3 in fixed, and 7 in mutable. So the mutable is all this Pisces energy. Gemini also is mutable. Pluto, Aquarius is fixed. Leo's fixed. And yeah, here's Venus and Leo is fixed, but it's go out and have fun. Venus and Leo wants to go out and have fun, or do art, or you just want to be seen. But at the same time, Pisces doesn't so much want to be seen. They like to work behind the scenes. They might be like a great artist, but they don't want to publicly show their work. They just like to do it. But somebody else may show it for them, or maybe a relative. It'll get passed down and eventually surface. So, but the cardinal action is very, very, very strong. Mutable's the strongest modality, and earth, a lot of earth, a lot of earth. I have no earth whatsoever in my chart. I'm mostly fire and water with the sprinkling of air, but I do have Chiron in earth up in the midheaven. But yeah, there's a lot of earth, so that's practicality. That's practicality. So putting your dreams into material form. That's that's a good way to sum it up. You can put your dreams into material form now. Put it into matter, because Pisces can dream about it all day. And with Neptune, and well, Saturn wants to put things in form. Saturn's all about building structures. So, and Neptune is all about imagination, dreams, inventiveness. So, um, yeah, put your visions into, oops, into form. Sorry about that. It just skipped ahead. You could put your visions into form, whatever form that may be. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I will keep this short today. I just wanted to kind of put this out there. Jupiter in Cancer is about the home front. You want to keep the home front. A lot of people just want to stay home and chill, Yeah, a lot of people do want to stay home and chill. But at the same time, the US is Cancer country. So with the Pluto return, but we're not going there. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, please like, subscribe, and share. Let me stop this share. And yeah, everyone just have a good Pisces, Pisces solar, Pisces lunar eclipse. And just if you like this channel, please like, subscribe, and share. Everyone, please take care.